Welcome back. This is Arunfoot Chaudhary, and you are live on my YouTube channel, arunfoot. A little earlier than usual. It's 3:17 here in Germany. It is 6:47 p.m. in India. Yeah, welcome back, and let's talk Indian football tonight on what's all happening, what's not happening, what should be happening. Maybe even talk a little bit of international football. I head out a little later. As I might have said yesterday, I'm doing live commentary of a game in the Judo Bundesliga here in Remscheid. So therefore looking forward to that. So therefore doing it a little earlier than usual. So therefore I look forward to it, guys. And let's chat on what's all happening in football. And Janjan Mohammedan from JXHDDHZHDH and Giron Rare. Welcome back as well. Before I continue, the usual stuff to say, like, share, and subscribe arunfoot here on YouTube, on my other social medias, as well as arunfoot.com. So therefore, as always, thank you for your support. 1,606 followers. So yesterday we crossed the 1,600 mark. So thank you very much for that. And so far, 4 likes to this video. So hopefully we'll have more. Vignesh, earlier, as I just said, I've got some media work to do here locally in Remscheid, Judo Bundesliga coverage. So I'll be doing live Judo from 6 p.m. German time. So therefore I can't do my usual evening lives. Therefore I thought I'll come a little earlier. And again, as there is no normal league football in Europe, I guess it was an opportunity to come earlier and talk about things Indian football or international football. But before we continue, first of all, if you haven't seen it so far, I have finally started my sort of preview series on the Indian Super League with a video on Mohun Bagan Supergiant and how I rate the team, how I see the team, how I see Molina, and it's an interesting one, and have a look. What do you think? The next one will be on Mumbai City, and then I'll continue. I'll take the league standings per se to do the previews. Waiting a little bit, of course, on Hyderabad until they have their squad together, but that will most probably Hyderabad will be most probably the last one in that series. And I'll also be creating something on ISL Fantasy in the coming days, so we can have a usual topic during the season to talk about things as well. Vignesh says, say hi in German, sir. At the moment, it's afternoon, so we would say Guten Tag, which in English would mean Guten Tag, would mean good day. Today's start, Kerala Super League, India time 7 p.m. Yep, it's set to kick off. I guess the show is on at the moment. So yeah, let's hear what it brings. Subscribers only mode. What percent of people watching the live show were subscribers? Rohit, fluctuated. Subscribers were, in the worst case, only 20% of people watching were subscribers. In the best case, about half of the people were subscribers. And a friend of mine told me that it makes sense, because it's sort of, if people want to be part of the conversations, they have to subscribe, and this is something which I feel which of course on one side you want to go viral and you want to have a certain reach, but on the other side it's a question of for people to grow their respective channels, and therefore would be interesting thing. And again, it's trying to grow the community, try to have more interactions, more conversations. So that's what this is all about. And let's hope that it's that. Thanks, Rohit. I thought also it's a good idea. That's why I've changed it to subscribers mode, because I love to do this. I enjoy doing this. But again, I think there needs to be a commitment from the users as well. You remember a player from Real Madrid who's without club right now, got a handsome amount in Real Madrid, never gets game time. Most of the time he was on the bench. Now so many new players facing same thing in ISL. Gear on rare. Remember a player from Real Madrid who's without a club right now, got a handsome amount in Real Madrid, never gets game time. Was on bench now. I wouldn't know the player. I'm just thinking. You would have to enlighten me who it is. How much volleyball played in Germany? There is volleyball. There is a volleyball Bundesliga for the men and for the women. So yeah, volleyball is played. But again, I think there are certain countries where volleyball is played much more and is much, much bigger than it is here in Germany. All right, guys, throw me questions. Let's get the discussion started. ISL, less than a week to go. Super League Kerala, which starts off today. How do you see it? How do you rate it? From my side, I would say it's going to be interesting to see how the Super League Kerala really takes off today. How it, so therefore, let's talk about it. How is the youth development process in Germany and Spain? Is it same or different? Serbia dropped, Spain surprised. Murali, it is different. It will be different from country to country. There is not a one, country to country. It will be different. There is no one model that has been copied by XYZ countries and then they do the same thing. And therefore, Germany and Spain also different. Serbia drawing Spain, yes, it is a surprise. Spain are the European champions. But again, Serbia is one of those teams who rarely fulfill the potential that they have. I forgot the name. Actually, he's 31. Okay, on rare. Why? No name springs to my mind at the moment, if you ask me. Right. Will the Argentina team come to Kerala? Focus Motors, I think it's a question of money. It's a question also of window. How do the dates align? And yeah. So we'll have to see. We've seen some sponsorship out of India for Argentina in the recent past. Will be interesting to see how what the situation is. To me, I would say certainly possible. So therefore, to me, let's wait and see if Argentina comes and plays in India. The potential is there, but I think there's the financial issue. Let's see. Italy versus France, what a match. Morally, yeah, surprise, I would say. Italy beating, I saw them in the Euros, were terrible. Luka Jovic, she's talking about Real Madrid player. Luka Jovic is younger and Luka Jovic is at AC Milan. So I don't think he's talking about. Got his name. His name is Isco. But Isco was a regular at Real Madrid, huh? So Isco got game time, was used to use. Yeah, Isco was not a player who was not used. So therefore, here on Rare, I can't agree with your assumption that this is a player who was not used by Real Madrid. So therefore, yeah. Anyway, that's that on Real Madrid players. Is Iranian League strong league in Asia? Yeah, surely. The Gulf Pro League and the Persian Gulf Pro League in Iran is certainly a stronger, especially the two strongest teams, Esteghlal and Persepolis, two big teams also in the AFC Champions League. So therefore, yes, the Iranian League is a strong league. And Iran, if you look at their team, let me just check. I think their best players play in Europe and in other parts of Asia. So therefore, it's they've always been there in the last 40, 50 years, always been very strong, and a team who can be an issue. I mean, if I see Mehdi Taremi, who's joined Inter Milan this summer, Serge Manish plays at Westerlo. Goros is now a free agent, of course, was in the Premier League. Jahan Baksh is also a free agent, both of them. Azmoun has gone to Shabab Al Ali in the UAE. So they have players. So therefore, Iran certainly a tough team. Hi, Blue. Welcome back. Sudden use of foreign origin players by Asian teams in third round. It has got top teams like Saudi Arabia, South Korea, and Australia by surprise. It was that no, I wouldn't say that because Indonesia used them in the Asian Cup. They also used them to qualify for the Asian Cup, I would say. Palestine has been also doing this for a long time. Lebanon, Palestine, these countries have been doing it, I think, for a decade or longer. So therefore, I wouldn't say it's a surprise to them as such. I guess the results are a surprise, yes. Is Japan strongest according to Asia at the moment? Blue, it's a very difficult one because we had the Asian Cup, 8 months ago. So for me, it's at the moment it looks like they are the strongest, but in a month's time we might say another team might be the strongest. So therefore, these are things that change. Super League Kerala, yes, Focus Motors and Sushant. Super League Kerala, your thoughts? How can be successful for Indian football? It's a difficult one, I think, for them to say, that will they be successful? To me, it's a challenge. It's a challenge for a new league to come in and be successful and try and change things for good. I think I've done a video about it 2 days ago about what is upcoming, who are the franchisees and all. The Super League Kerala, first of all, has to help in the growth of Kerala football. They say they want to be a pathway from players from a local level to the ISL and to the national team, and therefore that will be the test. Again, they had certain ambitions, it's a challenge because they had other ambitions, and the ambitions were actually much bigger. They wanted to bring in superstars. They wanted the clubs to spend, I think, 10, 20 times of what they're spending now. And therefore, much, much smaller. But again, there are certain clubs, certain franchises which are being hyped. To me, for example, Malappuram FC seems to be the one which is getting the most attention. So, yeah, let's wait and see what happens. How's the role of agent played in player signing? What is the role of agent? Do you think agent across the world functions the same? The agents don't function the same. The role of the agent is normally the agent of a player. But there are agents who work very closely with certain clubs, and then the clubs say, listen, get me this player, get me that player. And then this agent works together with the other agent. Normally the agent is on the side of the players. Some sources from Mohun Bagan say the Anwar verdict will only come after India versus Syria. Your opinion about this? Blue, to me, doesn't matter when it comes. Let it come and then we'll discuss it. So let's wait and see. How to develop football culture? Uday, to develop a football culture is a long-term project, a long-term plan, in my opinion. Because a culture can't be forced, I think. A culture like football culture needs to grow organically, right? I mean, you might give it a push here and there, but you need to grow it organically, and that's the challenge I feel. And for me, if you ask me, in India, we have certain pockets which have a certain level of football culture, and but again, but we if we want to really develop the culture, it has to come from the people. The people have to show interest, and go and watch football, support football, play football. That's how football culture can only grow. In Super League, can we Indian player playing centre forward? Murali, I don't think so. Most of the clubs are foreign strikers. Super League Kerala seems to be a cash grab for footballers who can't break into ISL. XYZ, I don't think it's a cash grab because it's a 2-month league. So therefore, it's not a cash grab. You have to say what you're earning in 2 months, and then divide it into at least 6 or maybe even 12. Doesn't work. Hi Kumar, welcome back. Do Super League have better quality? I think Blue, we'll have to wait and see. I don't know. I don't think so. I think they've brought in the one or the other name here and there. Some ex-India players who are not even getting chances in their league, and Anas and Adil Khan come to mind. So therefore, let's wait and see. Talk about Odisha women team performing well on Asian stage, qualifying for Champions League. XYZ, we spoke about it a few days back. To me, of course, it's a big achievement for Odisha to be able to get to Champions League level, because I think it's a big thing for an Indian team to be able to get to the Women's Champions League. But to me, I think to me, I think it's very, very simple that that in the women's game, it is easier for an Indian club or for the Indian national team to be able to compete. In the men's game, it is much, much tougher. So that's also a reality that I or you, we would have to accept that that exists, that we have this situation, and therefore for them to play is great. But again, will they be successful? That's going to be at the next stage. That's going to be the question which I find very, very tough. What's the format for final round of I-League 3 and how many would get promoted to I-League 2? Currently, the 5 winners of the respective groups get into the final round. And if I'm not wrong, do they play a one leg, a double leg? I think a double leg, no, one leg. I-League 3 final round, it's a one leg, so they play 4 matches and the winners and the runners-up get promoted. One area where India negligence over the years, which you keep on saying, is a federation poor lacking funds or not managing funds properly. Leadership and implementation are the key, and funds. Yes, there are funds, but and on one side, yes, you will say there are not enough funds. On the other side, if your funds were used properly, you could do it. But again, we've talked about it a lot. The players' salaries, I guess, are a problem. Another ISL Indian football wants more fans or viewership. The only thing is success within the national team means at least we should play with big teams like Japan, so that means third round qualification. I don't think so, Kumar. I think we need to talk about this link between national team success and the growth of Indian football. That will not work in an Indian context. If that's our aim, it hasn't worked, it will not work. And those are the realities of things, which doesn't make it easy. I know, it makes it complicated and complex. But to me, the success of the leagues have to be independent of the success of the national team, because our national team, I don't know when we're going to get successful in the short and midterm. Do you think Odisha women team going to face too much of quality in FC if they get drawn? It is huge. Yeah, could be. With the smaller teams, I think Urawa, Red Diamonds, forget it. If you want to lose, other teams, let's see. Instead of having 5 divisions CFL, AIFF should think of organizing leagues for North Bengal, Middle Bengal, 6 teams league like SLK, and top 2 from each would run to AIFF along with CFL top 6, Super 6. The point here is, Palash, the CFL doesn't have 5 divisions. If you look through it, there is a Premier division on top, and the first division has an AB, so there are 7 divisions. You call it, and that's the CFL. So I think instead of having the CFL, I think they should continue to have the CFL. and then create local leagues in other parts of Bengal, as you suggested, and then bring it together. But again, Kerala and Bengal comparison doesn't work. Even Kerala, most of the state is not involved. There are certain parts of the state involved in this league. So this is a challenge in Indian football. As I published an interview of Rahim Ali in Bengal, Odisha fans are angry about this. Do you think I did wrong? No. Why? I mean, Bengali and Malayalam, besides Hindi, are the languages that ISL media is propagating, is using. So therefore, I don't think there's anything wrong in that. I don't know. I might be wrong, but my feeling is why not? And any PR is good, because those Rahim Ali quotes in Bengali will go into the Bengali media in Calcutta at least, or maybe even to some of the newspapers in the Northeast. So how are you, Sports United? I'm doing good. I'm here after a long time. Good to see you back. Hope all is good on your side. Yes. Recently, KDP and Renab been recently criticized for excess games in the year. What's your take on that? There are pros and cons in regard to this match discussion. I think, yes, has to be said that with FIFA playing the Club World Cup in the summer, there's another edition. The Champions League is being expanded. So that's also a thing. But in an English context, we need to talk about the League Cup. They've already now done away with the rematches of the FA Cup. The Premier League is, I think, we need to discuss if league should be 20 teams or 18 teams. The Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, Liga, all 20 teams. The Bundesliga has 18 teams. It means 2 less matches. So therefore, yes, a discussion can be had. But to just blame FIFA or UEFA is quite easy. I think you need to then also go and have a word with your local country FA and the league. Yesterday, my wife asked, when will we qualify for the men's World Cup? Uchut, welcome back. You can tell my cousin sister, I hope very, very soon. But I guess your answer would have been like mine. I do not know, or you do not know. That's the reality. Indonesia is qualifying for FIFA World Cup. Uday, yes, why not? I think they have a possibility. But this one-off result now against Saudi, they need to confirm in the coming matches. Manolo Mark is saying he's looking for the right players, not the best players. What does he mean by this? XYZ, I think Manolo understands that by saying this, he means that not the best player, but sometimes the right player fitting into a system, fitting into a team is sometimes better than trying to pick the best who doesn't fit and who most probably doesn't, give everything that he needs to be part of a team. So that is something that I would have said is a reality, and and that is something that he's looking to find, who is. Sorry, who Manolo must be thinking, who's, for example, the best person to be right back or left back? Who are my attacking wingers? What is my combination in the middle of the park? So therefore, let's see. In what way do you think Indian origin players superior? Is it technical, physical, the system they brought up better than us? Morally, different players, different things. Some will be technically better, some will be physically better, some will be physically better and technically better, and generally football basics. Can we consider China dominant Olympics because leadership strong and which quality matters? Do you think India lacks leadership quality? I don't know if it's about leadership or if it's about the system, why China is so strong. Well, one would have to do a study about that. Hi, Dark Knight, welcome back. Do you think India on the way to become dark horse of Asia after Uzbekistan? Could be, but let's wait. Maybe they might not even be a dark horse. They might become a biggie. When you see the cricket, the big peak point for the success of cricket's national team or IPL success is because of 2 months of masala and betting. I've heard most of European football says that it's not all good to watch the quality of Indian football. Okay. Again, Kumar, people will have an opinion. You might have an opinion. I might have an opinion. Why this works, why that works. Cricket is a different thing. IPL is a different thing. Let's see. The BJP government has made it a serious and part of an agenda to host Olympics. I know they have plans and ambitions to host World Cup 1 day, 2 maybe. In Kolam, that time peer issue will be solved. Yeah, let's wait and see. Do you think people talk about Indian football in this dream world rather than wake up reality? Sometimes, yes. What are your predictions about Manolo era? PPM 444. That's a complicated question. There's no simple answer. Manolo has to sort, as I said, and I've said multiple times, his biggest task will be to sort out the dressing room. If he can't sort out the dressing room, we don't need to talk about the rest. That's his biggest task. And if he can do that, our team is not as bad as they've been playing. I think if our players play a standard game and get another 5-10% out of them, we could qualify for the AFC Asian Cup. But for that, sorry, today some sort of connection problem. So for me, Manolo could be successful, or on the other side could fail miserably. So therefore, to predict that is very difficult. Is it fair to qualify a World Cup with 9 naturalized players? Hemant, there are countries who play the whole team of naturalized players. I think it was Algeria, Morocco. At some stage, I think 18 or 20 players. So yeah. Malo said the defense is okay in the national team, Indian team, meaning the opportunity of improvement on offense. No, that does not mean that. He thinks if it's okay is not perfect, right? Right? So I think there could be things that he would want maybe to be improved. So that's the challenge for Manolo, to find the right combinations. Sorry. That he is able to get what I said, the best combination, which might say the right players, but not the best. So therefore, that's the challenge of a national team coach. Do you think our player development is incomplete? Do you think most of the players playing for national team are incomplete? Yeah, because the basics of a lot of players are not right. So therefore, it's something which is where we need to find the right solutions to our problems, right? Therefore, it's quite a bit of a challenge. So therefore, for me, that'll be a big one for us, right? So therefore, for me, if our players, the basics were good, the understanding was there to what to do, not to do, that would be the challenge. A lot of countries are adopting naturalization process in the football team qualification. Target increases year by year. Yeah, I mean, listen, I went in 2001 to AIFF and to the government of India to talk about the PIO OCI topic. We're 23 years later, nothing has happened. A player or formation you want in your team playing a particular tactics or style? XYZ, to me, it's not important how India plays, as long as we're winning. So therefore, for me, the style doesn't matter. And as Manolo said, it's not the best but the right player needs to play. And that is what he needs to figure out, right? And it doesn't matter what you or I say as fans. He as a coach needs to be convinced that he's picking the right players to be able to play, right? And that's the challenge. So therefore, for me, that's going to be the challenge. Now in the Marco Roni YouTube channel, who do content on European football fans in the comments saying that the quality of it is not as good to watch. Kumar, it's you can watch whatever, people can comment whatever. Why do you take this seriously? Right? That's a comment of a fan. And again, I also have told you about certain comments which I didn't like or didn't think is right. So therefore, people can go and comment on things they want. Who is commenting on it? Is that someone that should be taken seriously as a comment? Right? I mean, there will be German fans who say, you know what? And they will have said that for the last 20, 30 years, the Premier League is crap or La Liga is rubbish. The same thing will be Spanish fans saying that about the Premier League or the Bundesliga, or Premier League fans saying that about La Liga and the Bundesliga. So therefore, why do you take these comments so seriously? If it still have to be better, otherwise as we will us fail sports league. Yeah, sure. They need to, let's see. Park cricket team and Indian football have same problem, dressing room politics and group in team. Hemant, I don't know about the Pakistan team. So, but yeah, there are some issues within the team. In 2001, did you speak to the sports ministry from the government about the PIO players? I spoke to first AIFF, and with the AIFF, which was Mr. Lasmunchi, we went, and Albert Golasso, we spoke to the sports ministry at the time, didn't show interest, nothing happened. Well, now, what's your take on your homegrown players, including ISL? Nice thing to have, but it's about squad numbers. That player is going to beat player 23, 24, 25 in the original registration, and then 27, 28, 29, maybe 28, 29, 30. So therefore, again, if the players are playing, great. If they're not playing, then it's just a theoretical rule, which is nice to have, but it's not going to change anything. Again, the ISL has brought out certain rules in this window, which makes it quite interesting. But again, the question is if these rules are going to make any changes, right? And that's the challenge, I think, that the ISL has about creating things. So for me, that's the challenge for the league. The league has to, create things. ISL got a new sponsor, Nandini Milk Products, or something. That's good news, right? Rohit, I've heard it. It's not been confirmed. So therefore, let the ISL confirm that they have come forward. Again, there was a report, I think Money Control was the platform where it originally came in, that they said they have done a deal, but let's see. The ISL, 6 days to go at the moment, no new sponsors. Let's see what happens. Hi, Mayank. What is your opinion? Fans in Goa depleting from stadium season to season. There's a football culture, but still empty seats. The question is, what do the question needs to be asked the Goan football fan, what do you want to watch, right? Do you want to watch better quality football? You had Defensa Justicia, you had Brisbane Roar, quality teams, right? So FC Goa does pull in fans in the ISL, but for what are high-profile matches, for example, the home leg semi-final against Mumbai City. So therefore, yeah, these are what way is it going? Do you think sponsors are not willing to invest money because of returns or winning less match? Again, where are the returns, Murali? And winning less match has no impact. It's the reach. It's if Indian football was or is successful or fails, doesn't matter. It's about the reach at the end of the day, no? And that doesn't seem to be working. If the sports ministry isn't interested in Indian football, aren't they releasing crores which are going to the pockets of corrupt officials. So many sports have grown in India, but football. Where are the crores that you're saying, and where are they going into pockets? Can you give me examples? Can you prove it? Right. The sports ministry is not releasing as much money as you think, and tell me in which pocket how much money went. Prove it. I always say, if you cannot just throw an allegation at people. The journalist in me will ask the question is, show me the proof that the allegation that you're making is true. Show me that proof. If you have a proof, no problem. If you don't have a proof, don't make these allegations, XYZ. Simple question. Homegrown rule should be under 19 at least. Blue, for us in our country, for under 19 at the moment makes no sense. Football has been struggling for decades. Yeah, that's, I think, one of the that's a reality, right? With all that has been said, let's see. In the beginning, Sachin Tendulkar was part of Kerala Blasters. Is he still involved with the team anyway? No, he sold his shares quite a while back, Rohit. Hallo, Anava, wie geht's du? I'm fine, Mayank, but it's wie geht's dir would be the correct way of saying it in German. Now, what is the number of homegrown players to put in the squad which will have serious impact on the development of the players? To me, see, the problem is that I have to look at the squad size and look at that I'll most probably have between 5 and 7 injuries in the worst case in the season. So I would say 2 or 3 players. One advice you would like to give advice to Indian football fans and our players and administration. One advice for all. For the fans, it would be keep supporting Indian football. I think that would be one. Administration, do your job, and the players also do your job, play on the field. I saw everyone is doing a preview of the ISL teams now on YouTube, but no one is doing it in detail with probable first 11 for each team and the tactical gameplay with the tactical board. Mayank, for that, you would have to have the infos, proper preseason data available. For me, some of the teams that I'll be doing a preview on, I won't even know what lineups they had in their preseason. So it's not just easily possible. Is Etihad Airways giving money to Mumbai City Football FC for sponsorship, or it's just CFC Group? Money to Mumbai City, Blue. Is there a set amount of money ISL teams should spend on youth development, 2 crores, 1 crore? Rohit, in the past, there was this 2 crores on grassroots. I don't know if it still exists, but that was there in the initial years. Sanction to FC Goa for not attending media day with coaches. Sanction. Mike, you know why they didn't, right? Why did Goa not attend the media days with their coaches? Huh? Simple. Manolo Marquez was with the Indian national team, and Gaurav Singh, his assistant, was coaching FC Goa in the Bandhotka Cup. What's your thought on Kerala Super League? Hirak, I said Super League Kerala, an interesting project. Let's see how it does. But again, I think too much of expectations. It's still India and Indian football. I know people told me, oh, so many sponsors, this and that and everything. Now I've been looking at the jerseys of the 6 franchisees. Some of them are full, some of them are empty. So, and a lot of them are barter deals anyway. So there's no money involved. So therefore, these realities are there. Denial of corruption in Indian football is a problem. We all know it happens. For example, HITC footballers made video on it. Yeah, but is again, These are allegations. Has any of the allegations been proven? I can also say that there's corruption in there. I can say XYZ is corrupt. But if I don't have a proof, you can't make an allegation just out of allegation for the sake of making an allegation. And HITC made very vague points in that. Yeah, today he does Indian football. He will not cover Indian football for the next 5 years and then come back again. Oh, wow, great. What impact does it have? It has no impact. And those who sell themselves to be honest and to be the saviors of Indian football, they're the problem, guys. I've said that and I'll repeat it, and it's still the reality. To me, that's the problem. We don't want to accept that. Bottom line, country's top football league run by country's top business house does not have a title sponsor, speaks volumes of the state of the sport. Which should sadly, yeah, that's the reality. Yeah. I mean, that's the reality. You know, and I know what the realities are, and that's the problem. Do you think we have forgotten to strengthen our system? That's why we are far away from the world. We didn't have a system. Yeah, that's the problem. Sanctions, yeah. What sanctions? They don't want to face no sanctions, bro. Again, Manolo was with the national team. Mangi was coaching the team for the Bandotka Cup. Therefore, they couldn't attend. They sent injured players to the media days. Any sports states under construction in India right now? Could be, but I wouldn't know of any. Again, we have had those small, big announcements, but maybe small stadiums which are supposed to be built in UP, but otherwise I don't think. Do all the ISL clubs have academies for grassroots development, and if yes, have they helped youngsters become players in the main squad? Kafkaesque, Eldridge, yes, they have. And currently we have the story about this boy, Venkatesh, at Bangalore FC, who joined them 11 years ago and is now in the main team, right? So therefore we have a few of these stories. I think they'll get more over the years because the Bangalore FC is 11 years old. ISL teams are mainly 10 years old. So give them another 5 to 7 years. Do you think court system is problem in India compared to sports court handling the case? I would generally say that I think a sports court system would help India, be it football or be it other sports. Yes, I do believe that it would be helpful in regard to running the court system. So in that opinion, I would say yes, because you would have then judges also with the understanding of how sports law should needs to be governed, right? So that's the point, in my opinion, that needs to be remembered. I'm 24 and soon 25. I started to follow Indian football when I was 11 years old, and in 14 years I just done one thing, don't explain anything, bas lage raho. Hemant, if you're saying that, I started IndianFootball.com in April 1998. Since 1998. Was following it even earlier than that as a fan like you. And we've had more downs than ups. That's the reality. And therefore, when the ups come, celebrate them. Very simple. So therefore, for me, that's the challenge that we have, and therefore, yeah. But that's Indian football, in my opinion, right? That's the challenge of Indian football in today's world of where does Indian football stand? What do you do? How can it be improved? How can it be made better? It's not easy. It's not easy at all. And yeah, hope is the one thing that we all have. But does it change anything? I don't know. I honestly don't know. So therefore, for me, that's a big challenge, which I see. Where can we see things in a way? Will things happen in a certain way? And if you've been following at your young age, you're still following Indian football, that's very, very good. That's great. People like you need to follow Indian football. But the hope is always, you're still young, that one day, we'll see much, much better times, and India will be able maybe at least to compete at the Asian level. That would be, I guess, that would be great. Every football fan wants corruption-free Indian football, but it is not possible in FIFA's most corrupt body because every football federation gets black money against the vote for hosting rights. Again, Uday, an assumption from your side, which if I asked you, can you prove it? I don't know if you can prove it. That FIFA has a corruption issue, no doubt about it. But you are making, again, also an assumption. And this is something, if you can't prove something, don't talk about it. Would be my seasoned advice. Yeah. Hi, Abhijit. Yeah, early today because I head out a little later. I have to do commentary for the Judo Bundesliga today here. Bundesliga, our Remscheid team asked for Judo team, top of the table. So I'll be doing Judo commentary a little later on. So yeah, therefore, thought I'd still do today and then I did it a little earlier. Right. Those of you who are watching who have so far not subscribed, please do subscribe to arunfoot here on YouTube. 1,612 followers. Thank you very much, everybody. And 20 likes so far. Thank you for that as well. And as I always say, is do support and let's try and grow the community. Who was managing FC Goa and Babulka Trophy? Manol was with national team in Intercontinental Cup. Suma, it was Gora Mangi Singh, his assistant. Mangi was in charge. Hi Manolo, welcome back. Is every pro league in Germany called Bundesliga? What's it mean? Not every pro league, but Bund means the land, the country, and Liga means league. So it's the league of the country. So therefore, there is a Bundesliga in every sport. There are a few exceptions where you don't call it Bundesliga, but you have a handball Bundesliga, a basketball Bundesliga, as I said, a judo Bundesliga, a tennis Bundesliga. So, tons of, that's what is there. And yeah, therefore we have the Bundesliga in most sports. Will you cover ISL matches? Fast food whenever I can. I surely will. Today I started with my ISL preview, with the first preview of Mohun Bagan Supergiant. So do have a look. Did forget in the end to say what I think where it can finish, but second episode will be about Mumbai City. Do watch that as well. To support it, spread it so that more people can, yeah, that would be very, very nice. And thank you for that. Do you watch Kabaddi? I think the sport has a lot of potential. Obhijit, no, I don't. I did watch it at the start. I was actually invited to some trial training matches, media matches at the start of the Pro Kabaddi League because friends of mine were involved in the media production. So I visited them. I actually did commentary for Sky Germany of the second Kabaddi. Rupert Murdoch promoted Kabaddi globally via Sky and Star Sports and all his other networks, Fox Sports and all. But otherwise, yeah, it's a sport. Might watch it a little bit of, letting it run in the background, but no, it's not too. I think it has a certain potential in an Indian context, maybe even in a global context. But again, it's a niche sport. It will remain a niche sport. It will not become a mainstream sport, whatever people try to sell it as. So that's something. Sorry, it's quite hot today, so therefore it's not hot. It's hot. It's hot and humid, so therefore I'm doing that. Yeah. Also, Gaurav told me, and then some other people also told me to try and do something with fantasy, ISL fantasy. So I'll try and do that as well. We'll hopefully start that later this week. So therefore, that's another thing that I wanted to do. What are you looking forward? ISL coming up. Let's see. Prediction on ex-Premier League striker Saido Berahino playing in Indian second tier for Rajasthan. Suma, first of all, I hope he's going to be fit. And to me, potentially a great signing for Rajasthan United. But again, he has to be fit. But if he's fit, he's going to be a problem for the other teams because he's quality. He's a quality player, and therefore, if he's fit, if he can showcase what he's capable of, he could be a handful. But again, if he's not fit, I think he'll be a passenger with the team. So it's either or. I think a player of his class is either or. What are the traditional sports in Germany? The joke answer is, in my head, is drinking beer and ham sandwich and talking things way too far and seriously. Okay. Traditional here, big sports. Handball is big, massive actually. The second biggest sports, I guess. Ice hockey is quite a big sport, very successful. The world is now German. Basketball has been big for a while. Then you have individual sports. Tennis is big. They play table tennis. They play, badminton, volleyball, basketball. All these sports. In Germany, they've got a lot of sports that's played. What language did you do commentary in? German. That would be German. One question: do you think we can qualify third round if we perform potential, or it's not possible to do with the players we have? Blue, even with the players we have, I think we could have done it. That's the sad part, in my opinion, because to me, the point here is that one different result. If we had beaten Kuwait at home, or if we had beaten Afghanistan, we would have been in the next round. So therefore, even with this set of players, it could have been possible. But again, I think our problem was that the AIFF was not willing to recognize and say, listen, you know what? We need to bring in a new coach. I think that's the main thing that I fear the federation was unwilling to do, and therefore we were not able to get the best out of our players. Our players are not the best in the world, but we aren't. That's something that has happened. Thoughts on thrashing of France at the hands of Italy? Happens. Shouldn't happen, does happen. Italy much better than they were at the Euros. France, again, had a mixed Euros anyway. So, does happen in football that sometimes a team like Italy can get the better of a team like France. And, when it happens, there are certain people who are surprised, but I'm not surprised because, because these are kind of results that can happen, right? So people will be surprised, but as I said, it shouldn't happen, but does happen, and Italy does have potential, right? So, do the word Bundesliga has any specific meaning in German as it gets used in multiple sports? Blue, I explained it a little earlier. Liga, of course, means league. Bundes means sort of the country. So it's the league of the country. So therefore, that's it. German attitude is a term. German engineering organization is top-notch. Why is it like that? Is England that organized? Difference between England and Germany have this culture share common? Different, common beginning. When we talk about Anglo-Saxons, but the Germans are more organized and structured, and that's most probably the biggest difference. So for 20 grams into it by Chimputia, according to him, there is no relevance of technical committee in AIFF. That's what Hai has said. But it has a certain relevance, but it also has to have the right people in the body, right? I think that's the problem. So therefore, that's the reality. Sorry. Right, 55 minutes. Those of you who might be new to the channel, do leave a like, share, and subscribe behind. Let's grow the community. Let's get more people into our conversations. Thank you for all of you who are liking content, who are reacting to content. Leave comments behind if you have any questions or queries. 1,612 subscribers, so thanks a lot for that. And for today we just had 20, now we have 22 likes for this video, so always good. And also, as I said, I've started to preview teams in the ISL. Started with Mohun Bagan Supergiant earlier today, and we'll follow up with Mumbai City, then with FC Goa. So do keep on watching those videos, and let me know what you think. Where can these teams finish? Again, I'll go through all the 13 teams. I guess Jamshedpur might be, sorry, not Jamshedpur, Hyderabad might be the last team that I might do, because at the moment, of course, still it's unclear when the FIFA ban will be lifted on Hyderabad FC, and when Hyderabad FC can start signing free agents, be it domestic or be it foreign. IFA also had announced a franchise league, right? Why it didn't happen? It may have opened the doors for cities like Asansol, Shirigori, Kuchbehar, Durgapur, and football. Obviously, there were 2 attempts. I was involved in one of them in a league, which originally was also with 6 cities across, or towns rather, across Bengal, and it didn't take off in the end due to financial issues, and also because what they've done well in Kerala now is to cut it down to size. If you think that, initially they were targeting Iniesta, Zlatan, they were targeting players that could even the ISL couldn't target. And then, the budgets came down dramatically. They cut it to size, and in Bengal, they didn't want to do it. So therefore, the ideas failed. Your views on KFC owner Nikhil giving essays in calling KFC fans armchair warriors. They are furious with Nikhil. Blue. The point is the difficult part, which, sorry to say this, is again, I think fans is that Nikhil and those who are running the sporting entity at the Blasters have got a certain budget in mind, and then they try to build the team around it. And if they see, listen, it's not working, someone is offering me money, they are willing to sell a player. They've done that now a few times in the last few years. That's the question that I think not Nikhil, but rather the big owners need to be asked is, are you willing to invest more money into the club, or are you trying to now start balancing the books, which we're not doing? Last season, this season, they're trying to balance the books, right? So that's the difficult one. Malaysia is doing well in Merdeka Cup. Do you think they will snatch the pot 1 from us? Danger is there, not only with them, but 2-3 teams around us. The PSL was announced before ISL. PSL soccer, if I'm not wrong, Paulash. That was announced in 2012, if I'm not wrong, and the ISL came in 2013. How have the members from the last years in Europe been doing? Have they been part of any clubs in India? Some of them have gone to clubs, yes, but none of them are part of the first teams. Do you see if KSL becomes a Bengal, Northeast, Chennai, Delhi also may come up with their franchise league? Obviously, it's very difficult to see. Kerala is a little different because Kerala has always struggled with an own league system. That's been always a problem, in my opinion. So that's been replicated. And, if you think when FC Cochin joined the NFL in 97, before that, Kerala Police used to be the top team. They didn't have a league in Kerala. They had all these tournaments, but they never had a league in Kerala. So therefore, for me, that's going to be the challenge with Kerala is, can they create what they need to be successful in the short, medium, long term? That's going to be the real question in regard to Kerala football. Can they create something which is worthwhile, which will take Kerala football to the next level? That's going to be the real question about the Super League Kerala. That's the challenge. The potentials are there. The owners are putting in money, but the owners are also not those owners where you say, listen, spend 200, 300, 400, 500 crores. They want to build infrastructure. They're talking about VR and all these kind of things. Good talk. Now they have to walk the talk. That's, I think, the biggest problem in Indian football. I can make big announcements. Who cares about them next year? Some people might pick it up on Twitter and discuss it, but not working. So these are all realities that we have, and let's wait and see if things get better or not. It's a challenge, but SLK getting broadcasted, but ISA only gets broadcasted by owners. Itself, why? Do remember that the broadcaster of the SLK is the same broadcaster who had come into the ISL in 2014, right? The Hero Group joined the ISL in 2014. So when you start something, it is always easier than trying to sustain it over the long term. Ranavada got something in the Kerala Blasters SC home jersey. I have seen it. 1 second. Let me just open it once. Second. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, base yellow and with blue stripes down the middle, down the sides, down the arms. Look stylish, especially those with the red, black applications. Looks different, but yeah, Rayor and Kerala Blasters, I feel, have done a good job with the jersey. So was Hero logo in the ISL? Yes, it was. No, Hero is no longer a sponsor of this season. What do you look at the sleeves? Yeah, they've got advertising on the sleeves. Yeah, but the sleeves are it's a little different down the sleeves. Is big ISL teams who spends a lot without asking for a return doing it to raise their financial muscle and get a seat on table with big boys like Ambani family? I don't know, Vijit. Honestly, why they're doing it, I've never asked. UP government promises, don't you think those are unrealistic? Let's wait and see, Blue. It's not for today or tomorrow to comment. Maybe we'll have this conversation in a year or 18 months and then say, hey, how much have they built or have they not built? Apart from FIFA banning Russia, do you rate Russian football team and their league? Morally, I've not bothered about Russian football in the last few years since the war, so I will not go on to rate them. KBFC away jersey is much better than the home one. I saw that, yeah, that had something about the away jersey, but again, also the home one, the away one, it's a little different, but it's got that blue one has something about it. Yeah, I agree with you. That blue one is more something of that. Right, it's 4:21 over here. Slowly getting ready to head over to the judo to get ready for my commentary gig. So guys, as always, do leave a like, share and subscribe. 24 likes on this video. Thank you for that. 1,612 subscribers. So we've easily crossed the 1,600 mark. Now challenging the 1,700 and then on to the 2,000. So thank you very much, everyone. Okay. Lots of academy promises, like La Liga Academy, Argentina Academy. Do you think at least one of them can be up and running realistically? Those are not academies, Abhijit. Those are football, soccer schools. There's nothing about development on that. Why Mohnbagan is using the same jersey again? Blue, I don't know if they're using the same jersey again, or maybe Skechers is maybe releasing a jersey in the coming week. So therefore, that's it. Right, let me finish here, guys. Otherwise, you'll have questions on and on. I need to get ready and move on. Thanks a lot for joining in. As I said, like, share, and subscribe. Watch also the other videos, as I said. First one is on Mohnbagan. So let me know what you think. Did I miss something? Do you have a different opinion? Do leave me that. And the next one will be on Mumbai City, and then on and on and on. I'll work my way through the league table last season and preview the team. I'll be back tomorrow a little later, most probably 10:30, because I've got football in the afternoon. So therefore I'll do that. And as always, as I said, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow. So now it's already signing off. Bye for Saturday.